To the Dirtdogs International Racing Network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to
Dirtdogs International Racing Network.
we're ready to rip down the house here at Knoxville for the
Good Old Boys Racing League.
these guys are ready to tear the house up. I don't know about you guys, but I am as well. But it's time already. You don't even have to ask. You already know. Please stand up, remove your hats as we do tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallant for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was our national anthem here for the Dirt Dog International Racing Network. Tonight's racing is going to be brought to you by Warrior Wraps. Awesome sponsor here for the Good Old Boys
Good
Racing
old
League.
boys racing league.
As these guys are ready to tear down the house here at Knoxville. There's a good shot from far away. We see a couple cars out on the track, but not very many. 8 minutes left to practice, almost 7 now. As the seconds are winding out, these guys trying to crank out the fastest times if they can get them out. So, without further ado, we'll check on the weather report for tonight, see if it's going to be cloudy or what. It looks like it's a little cloudy out there, so we got some partial clouds. Looks like 81% humidity with 74 degrees Fahrenheit, but that's hard to say because that tiny little screen looks a little tough for me to see. But we're here in Knoxville, here on Lincoln Street in Knoxville, Iowa, for the little under a half mile that is Knoxville Raceway. Ready to crank it out, the Good Old Boys Racing League. Ready to turn the laps down. Got a couple guys out there on the track doing some practice stuff here. So here in a few minutes as they wind out practice, we'll be back to bring you some heat action here for the Good Old Boys Racing League in just a minute. We're looking at about 4.5 minutes left of these guys to hammer out practice. And we'll be green flag ripping here at Knoxville Raceway. Shout it out in the chat. Who do you want to see take this one? We see somebody shouting out Stephen Warden there. I almost thought that was Sean Warden. No, Stephen Warden. See fast times up on the screen here with the Warrior Wraps. Standing on the left-hand side there. See Michael Carter out front with Cale Smith sitting second. And Ian Blanchard third for fastest time. Guys are running down the laps, practicing hard here at Knoxville. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me good. Is it quiet? Is it loud? Does the cars overpower me, or is it kind of a good mutual mix? Been having audio issues the last few streams, and I'm trying to get it figured out. We're going to be ready to rip, rock, and roll, though. How about now? Is that a little better? I mean, ain't nobody running out there, though. So here we go. We got Cale Smith and Riley Stewart still out there on the track. Getting real close. These guys are ripping the times up. 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes left of practice left as these guys are ready to rip it down. Hopefully this will be the end of the audio issues and we can handle it. Going around Knoxville here tonight for the Good Old Boys Racing League for the limited late models. I'm ready to go here. Got another minute. 2 minutes left. Shout it out in the chat who you're rooting on here while you have a chance to. Before we go racing, once we go racing, we're going to the big screen. And we're ready to rip it down. Ooh, we seen a little lag spike there. We got Connor Hughes making his way out onto the track. That 14 high C machine. Got Jason Gunnels here tonight as well. Looks like he's hopping the curb in that 0. Trying to hang on to these limited late models using that low line as they enter in high. Right here we got Steve Warden. This orange 01 machine. Philip Pinkston out on the track here as well, making his way. These drivers getting antsy. 30 seconds left of practice. Who do you want to see take this one home? Shout out to Nightmare Motorsports. Shout out to Cale Smith. Crank it up. Let's go, Brandon. Ready to rip, rock, and roll. So we're getting ready to go into the heat. Number 1's grid. As we get ready to fire up the show. Oh no, they go to qualify. I forgot they got a qualify session. Dude, Jesus. I forgot all about that. These guys are going to try to hammer down the fastest laps. And while they do that, now is a good time to use the restroom or stretch your legs. So I will be right back in just a quick flash. All right, these guys hammering out their laps. We'll pull up the grid when they go into the heat number 1. I believe we'll have 7 to 8 cars for heats. We're ready to rock the show down here in Knoxville for the limited late models. Good Old Boys Racing League. Man, I love this little sound thing.
Good Old Boys Racing League.
Man, that thing just sounds awesome. These guys are ready to rip down the house, though. Who you got tonight? Who are you wanting to see take this one home? I know we had a couple guys getting rooted on in there tonight. So, we want to hear from you. Jordan LaFon going to hit some practice laps out there. Ian Blanchard get their final qualifies in. And we are going heat race in action. They have quite a few fast guys here. LaFon, Smith, Jonah Bybee, Michael Carter, Michael Doan, man. These guys are putting down some fast laps. Ian Blanchard, Clinton Conrad, Riley Stewart. Man, these guys are just hammering them out. So this limited late model race here at Knoxville should be pretty good. Side-by-side action here, as we are live on the Dirt Dog International Racing Network for the Good Old Boys Racing League. I think one more minute left of qualifying for anybody that hasn't able to get their laps in. Nope, we're going to finish it up now. And we're heading on in. Okay, so getting ready to start here on the pole. We got Mr. Riley Stewart. To his outside there in that 07. Look at that 07, man. He just quickly threw that together. 007 to the outside. Michael Doan sitting in the second spot with Jordan LaFon in the 11 sitting in third. Cal Smith in the 115. Going to be fourth with Jason Gunnels. Fifth. Sixth going to be Travis Anderson with seventh. Going to Steve Warden. Thomas Roberts starting in the 8th spot. Ninth going to go to Philip Pinkston here in the 34th. And the 99 of Joseph Corns going to tail the end here of heat number 1. 10 cars ready to rip down the house at Knoxville. Riley Stewart, Michael Doan going to lead this thing off behind the pace truck. As the pace truck's going to make one more pace lap around, we're going to be green flag ripping. Pace truck's going to pull on in. Stewart and Doan going to lead this thing off onto the green. Stewart going to take off early. I believe the starts are supposed to be on the green. Stewart going to jump off to an early jump on the gun here. Jordan LaFon going to pull up second with Michael Doan in the 3rd spot. Cale Smith in the 115 using that low line, trying to get to the inside of Jordan LaFon. Has Michael Doan to the outside, sitting 3rd and 4th. Rusty Warden smashed the follow button. Thank you for following us, and welcome to the Dirt Dog International's Nation. These guys ripping it down. Michael Doan 4th. Come back here Towards the back, Thomas Roberts. Right behind Jason Gunnels in that Zero machine. The Zero trying to hang on behind Travis Anderson. Anderson in that 33 black and green, trying to hold on behind 007 of Michael Doan, rounding out the top 5. 8 laps left to go, coming by the line, making it 7. Nose to tail action here at Knoxville as these guys are looking for the fast line. Jordan LaFon still going to hang on to second as he got Cale Smith in the 115 right on his tail. Michael Doan sitting in the 4th spot, watching the 115, trying to make his move as everybody moves to the outside edge, trying to find the grip. That 33 machine back there, Travis Anderson trying to hold off the 7 of Thomas Roberts. 5 laps left to go. Riley Stewart out front here in that 07. Holding the 11 machine off of Jordan LaFon with 5 to go here, coming around 3 and 4. The 11 all over the tail side, smelling blood. Jordan, the Iron Man LaFon, looking to prey on that 07. We got contact in the wall. Yellow flag's going to strike the speedway as we have the first caution strike us. So we got the 34 machine here. That's Philip Pinkston. Getting a little loose coming into 1 and 2 there, or 3 and 4, excuse me. Getting real loose as he goes to the outside wall, and here comes the leaders. Nowhere to go. Didn't realize he was on the outside edge. And that's going to throw the yellow flag. Very unfortunate there for Pinkston. Riley Stewart suffering a big hammer there to the 34 machine as the 07 hammered that thing right on the side there. Riley Stewart going to have to take it down pit lane. Jordan LaFon going to take over the lead. He might have some damage too. We do see that rear end a little tweaked up in that 11 machine. Cal Smith in the 115 trying to hold on, or taking over the 2nd spot, excuse me. Michael Doan going to take over 3rd. Travis Anderson and 4th, and rounding out the top 5, Thomas Roberts in that 7 machine. 3 laps left to go of heat number 1. Philip Pinkston getting super loose on that last lap there before the yellow, and 07 had nowhere to go. So we'll reline these guys up, stack them up in their spots, and get ready to go green flag ripping here at Knoxville. Oh, looks like Riley was able to get himself fixed and get him back out on the track here. So he's going to hang on to the front spot, pushing them guys back to 2nd, 3rd. So we're going to put everybody back in their spots. Philip Pinkston going to park it for the night of heat number 1. Riley Stewart going to lead off the 11 machine and the 115. Green flag here is out. Jordan, the Iron Man LaFon, able to get a good run behind him in that 2nd spot as he's going to try to pounce already. Michael Doan in 3rd as the 115 trying to go to the inside. Cal Smith making a slide job happen. Cal sitting in 3rd trying to make a move here. Hanging on to that low line, coming down. Sliding up in front of the 007, Michael Doan going to have to hang on to that tail side of the 115. Back there, Travis Anderson also on the tail side of the 150 or the 007. Checker flags waving though. Riley Stewart taking home heat number 1. Jordan LaFon in 2nd, and Cal Smith in 3rd. Awesome racing here out of the heat. Now we're going to jump into heat number 2. Starting here on the pole. We got the 235 machine of Mr. Clinton Conrad. To his outside, Ian Blanchard all the way from Canada. It says he's in the number 4, but I'm not sure. Starting 4th, we got that number 911 machine. That's going to be Jonah Bybee. Ian Blanchard in the 39 going to start 2nd. Michael Carter in the 15. Going to start 3rd. Jonah Bybee 4th. William Eads in the 18 starting 5th. 6th going to be Colton Malone with 7th going to Connor Hughes. 8th going to be Brandon Jensen in the number 6 with tail in the field. Michael Elledge in the number 22. So these guys are ready to rip down the house here at Knoxville Raceway for heat number 2. We got 10 laps. Conrad Blanchard, the 39 and the 235. These guys setting the pace here. The 39, the 235. Conrad Blanchard pacing off of the pace truck. These guys antsy, ready to go. Top 4 nose to tail. 2 lanes back. Here they are tightening the formation up. Green flag. Here is Al Clinton Conrad. Going to get a good jump on the start. Michael Carter going to fall in line right with him as the 15 star goes to the outside. The 39 Ian Blanchard going to fall back into the 3rd spot as he's got William Eads trying to get to the inside of Jonah Bybee. Colt Malone 3 wide coming out of 3 and 4 to the flag stand. See the 14 make some contact. We got big contact back there. Caution out for heat number 2. So it looks like the 18 machine got hit. It's going to be William Eads taking a tail bump from the 911, trying to come out of 3 and 4, but the 18 slid up with a slide job there towards the exit there. Trying to hang on to it, just trying to get in front of that 911, barely able to do so. I believe that one's going to be on Mr. Eads there. Now, I could be completely wrong. Maybe it was just the angle I was seeing it from, but... Conrad going to lead these guys off here again. Green flag here is out. Got double file back there as the 911's trying to get run around that number 22 machine of Michael Elledge. See Brandon Jensen here trying to hold that 911 machine to the mid line there, getting pushed down to the inside line berm, touching that inside berm there. The 6 machine going to hang on to the inside of the 22 of Michael Elledge there with the slide job in 1 and 2. Elledge trying to hang on to that 6 spot there, but ends up falling back to the 18 machine here. So he's got Colton Malone almost 3 wide here for heat number 2. Back up front, we got Michael Carter trying to tail down here Clinton Conrad in a 15 star. At 235 machine doing a good job holding these guys off. Ian Blanchard going to hold on to third. Jonah Bybee making his way back up here to fourth. He's got Clinton Conrad in the number 6 there of Brandon Jensen on his tail side here. A little bit of lag. Phew, see a little bit of lag spike there here at Knoxville. Carter still all over the tail side of Conrad. That 15 star going to try to make a move if he makes a mistake in that 235 machine here. Coming around 3 and 4, making a one lap, or final lap here for the heat number 2. We got a side-by-side battle down the backstretch in the 3 and 4. Checker flag waving. Here's the 15-star Michael Carter trying to go for a heater at number 2 here, but not able to do so. Clinton Conrad able to hang on to heat number 2. Awesome racing towards the end of 15-star, trying to push that outside. What a race it was to the finish. These guys got a few minutes for their warm-up. Don't go anywhere unless you need to use this time to stretch your legs, use the restroom, whatever it may be. But don't go anywhere. We got feature racing coming up here in just a moment. All right, guys, the time has come, the feature time for these limited late models, ready to rip it down here at Knoxville. Starting here on the pole, we got 39 Ian Blanchard, to his outside the 115 of Cale Smith. Sitting in the third spot, we got Michael Carter, with fourth being Jordan LaFon. Fifth, we got Clinton Conrad in the 235, with sixth going to be Riley Stewart. Seventh, going to Michael Doan in the 007, with eighth going to be Jonah Bybee. Ninth going to be Travis Anderson, with 10th Brandon Jensen in the number 6. 11th going to go to the number 7 of Thomas Roberts, with 12th the 14 of Connor Hughes. 13th going to be the 0J of Jason Gunnels. 14th going to William Eads. 15th going to be Joseph Corns. 16th going to be Colt Malone. 17th Stephen Warden. 18th going to be Michael Elledge. And tailing the end of the field, and he's not going to tail the end of the field, actually, would have been Mr. Philip Pinkston, but he's not there. So we're going to have 18 cars here tonight as these guys make their way onto the track and get ready to go. Ian Blanchard, Cale Smith. One more time around, we're going to go green flag racing. Michael Carter, Jordan, the Iron Man LaFon. Hey, limited late models here for the Good Old Boys Racing League. We got to do it again.
Good Old Boys Racing League.
Ready to rip down the house here at Knoxville. Pace truck is off. Green flag here is out. Ian Blanchard getting a pretty good jump on Cale Smith there. But we are green flag underway. 30 laps of Knoxville Raceway action. The sprint car capital of America. These limited late models hammering down the laps, down the back straightaway, into 3 and 4. Michael Carter going to contest Cale Smith. Here's the 115, get a little loose. Now the 11 machine trying to get to the inside here. The 11, Jordan LaFon getting loose. The 115 getting contact. Cale Smith going around. And I believe we're still green so far. Cale Smith going to end up. There we have a yellow flag striking. So let's go back and see exactly what happened there within this whole mess of trouble. Smith, the one involved, as we had big contact. Like contact there with Jordan LaFon in the beginning there. LaFon trying to come up in front of the 115, not clear. The 115 getting hammered in the rear from the 33 machine, it looks like. No, the 911. The 911 getting into the backside of the 115, sending the 115 down towards the inside of the track. Yellow flag, going to strike the field. Blanchard, Carter, Stewart, LaFon. And Clinton Conrad rounding out the top 5. Four laps in, limited late models get a yellow strike. Not too bad here for the start of Knoxville. Get these guys lined back up here for the Good Old Boys Racing League, ready to tear it down once more as we get ready to go green flag. At 911, the last car to make the initial contact there with the 115. The 11 machine, Jordan LaFon, in that accident as well. Get these guys lined up in their spots, ready to go. Nose to tail, green flag here is out. As they're side by side, the 07. Riley Stewart as Jordan LaFon trying to push that outside edge, but the 07 pushes up on the 11. As Clinton Conrad's going to try to push to the inside net. 235 machine. Back there to 007, Michael Doan on the tail of the Iron Man himself on that outside edge. 235 falling back behind the 007 into the 6th spot here. Michael Doan rounding out the top 5. Riley Stewart in the 07 trying to hang on to third here as he's got the 11 of Jordan LaFont on his tail. Yellow flag's going to strike the speedway. William Eads, number 18, being involved in this one. Back it up, back it up. Ooh, we see the 7 getting some contact with the 33 right there. Little tap. The 0 down there gets some contact as well. Comes up on the 18. And the 18 goes around. Let's go up to that number 33 there. Trying to hold on to his outside line. Travis Anderson in the 7 made contact. That's Thomas Roberts. Roberts coming up on the 33 there, making a little contact. Nothing intentional there, just hard racing. Back behind him, they have all that contact. Sending a yellow flag out. So we'll get these guys in their spots here again. Ian Blanchard, Michael Carter, Riley Stewart, Jordan LaFont, Michael Doan. Green flag here is out. That 39 machine taking off like a rocket, but Michael Carter in the 15th star trying to take it. Jordan LaFont throwing a crazy slider from the inside line there, but not able to take it over. Michael Doan going to go to the inside of the Iron Man. Jordan LaFont now going to poke his nose to the inside of Michael Doan. 19 laps left here of the limited late model action, brought to you by Warrior Wraps for the Good Old Boys Racing League.
Good Old Boys Racing League.
Nose to tail action up front, so we're going to go towards the back. Cale Smith going to try to work his way as he's got the 14 high C machine of Connor Hughes trying to work his outside. Nose to tail action here as Connor Hughes going to apply the pressure to Cale Smith. Smith back here sitting top 10 here as he was involved in some of that mishap there in the beginning. We're going to come back up to the 119, or the 911, excuse me. Of Jonah Bybee behind Clinton Conrad at 235. Right on the inside car cam here. We're going to jump up to third place with Riley Stewart. Stewart's going to be on the tail side, a couple car lengths away from the 15 star machine. But he's working that outside edge, trying to gain as much time as he can here in Knoxville with that outside edge here in these limited lates. Jordan LaFont going to try to do all he can from the backside here. The 11th. The 11 machine sitting 4th. Clinton Conrad worked his way up to the 5th spot here in that 235. "13 laps left remaining. Riley Stewart going to try to hold off Jordan LaFont and Clinton Conrad. LaFont looking to try to make any move he can with that outside edge. Back here with Thomas Roberts has the 33 machine of Travis Anderson all over the tail side. That 33 applying pressure to that 7 machine to the outside there as they go into 3 and 4. Back there, the 115 of Cale Smith knocking on the back doors. He's slowly reeling these guys in. Slicking the track right off here in Knoxville. Carter's still sitting in that second spot here, that 15 star. We're going to jump right in the car with him here as well. Michael Carter trying to do what he can to try to gain grip, looking for any bit of speed and where that car will stick and take him, trying to catch that number 4, or that 39, excuse me. See that 07 still hanging on just by a thread, trying to hold off the 11 and the number 5 machine. As he's got the top 5 right on his tail. Jordan LaFon, you see right on his tail there in that 11 machine. Michael Carter going to use these last 4 laps to apply the pressure to the 39 machine here of Ian Blanchard. Michael Carter nose to tail. Riley Stewart, Jordan LaFon, nose to tail. Clint Conrad not far off of them too. Trying to hold these guys down here. We got the 11 machine trying to go to the outside here, but Stewart able to take it back and come back to the outside edge. 3 laps left here remaining. The 235 all over the tail side of the 11 in the 07 here. We also got Michael Doan in the 007 trying to go to the inside of Clinton Conrad. Back up front, Ian Blanchard in the 39 machine, the star 15 trying to go to the inside. Not able to do so. The 39, Ian Blanchard takes back over the front spot. Yellow flag's going to strike the speedway. This one looks like it's saying this one's on Colton Malone. We'll see exactly what happened and what went down. Malone trying to hold off the 7. Comes to the outside with the slide job. The 7 goes to the outside. It takes him to it as well. Very unfortunate there. Let's see what exactly how that looked from the cockpit. So here we got Colton Malone riding that outside edge. The 7 just thought he was clear enough as he had a run coming around. We're going to check that out one more time here. Slide job from the 0 machine here. So Colton Malone pulls a slide job on that T7 machine. T7, it looks like there might have been a little bit of net code or something, because it kind of looks like it says that they connect and they didn't. But either way, the connection, the contact, the yellow flag has flown here at Knoxville. 3 laps left remaining here for the feature event for the limited late models of the Good Old Boys Racing League.
Good Old Boys Racing League.
Green flag here is out. Ian Blanchard taken to the green flag. Michael Carter going to hold on to second. Riley Stewart still in third. 2 laps left remaining here this feature event. Who's going to take it home? Michael Carter in the star 15 trying to hold him off. Going down low. We see the 00 of Michael Doan. Final lap for Blanchard and Carter. The 39 machine coming around 3 and 4 for that checker flag waving. Michael Carter not able to do anything. That star 15 as he's on the tail side. Awesome run here out of these guys for the Good Old Boys Racing League. Congratulations, Ian Blanchard, Michael Carter, and Riley Stewart. And don't go anywhere. We're going to pull these guys up for a quick little interview and give them a quick chat. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to pull up Mr. Riley Stewart, who finished in the 3rd spot here tonight. All right, man. Riley, up in the booth. You got a copy?
Here.
Dude, that '07 machine was trying and trying and trying. You held on to 3rd, held the Jordan, the Iron Man, the Fawn off in that 11 machine. Yellow flag strikes for them last few laps. Wind it down. Go ahead and give us the rundown. What's going on in your mind in that '07 machine?
On the last few laps, I wasn't trying to catch the people ahead of me. I was just trying to focus on keeping my laps consistent and trying not to let Jordan past, so then I can hold on to 3rd.
Well, you did awesome hanging on to 3rd there. You had a battle, and a battle it was here at Knoxville. A lot of good guys showed up, but you ended up showing out for the 3rd position. Is there anybody you want to thank here tonight for setting that thing up on the podium?
Yeah, ABR Setup Shop, RS Sim Shots, Clean Race Designs, LCJ Carpentry. Good old boys for putting up the league, and you guys for streaming.
All right, man. Congratulations, Riley Stewart, taking his 3rd place here tonight. All right, now we're going to pull up Mr. 2nd place, Michael Carter. All right, Mike, up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dude, that Star 15 machine was a rocket towards the end. You were looking for any line trying to get Ian Blanchard as you were just looking for any kind of grip, but it just didn't have enough towards the end. Go ahead and give us the rundown. What was going through your mind as that yellow hit and as you were battling Blanchard there that whole race?
Yeah, Knoxville is so tough, man. When it gets slicked over like that, it's one lane, and then you usually have one opportunity to throw a slider at some point during a long run, and I had my one shot right there, and I got on that berm down there and got up and almost got in the side of him, so I just backed out of it and just kind of settled in there, and like that caution came out, and I was just protecting 2nd. I knew I couldn't do nothing with him unless he messed up. Just wasn't no bite on the bottom.
Well, it was a hard-fought race, man. Nothing to be ashamed of as you guys battled it out. That setup just didn't have quite enough for it towards the end or something. As like you said, you hit that berm and just didn't have the luck, I guess, going in towards the end. But is there anybody you want to thank here tonight for pulling that 15-star machine up here on the podium?
Yeah, first of all, I got to thank you guys for broadcasting. I got to thank Good Old Boys Racing League for putting this on. And then I got to thank Randy Carter Painting, my team, CTM Motorsports, Lift Solutions, Kale Smith, Gear Boys Garage, Travis Anderson, and all my family and friends and everybody watching. Really appreciate it.
All right, congratulations, man. Michael Carter holding on to 2nd at Star 15. Congratulations, brother.
Sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to pull up tonight's Mr. Winner, Mr. Ian Blanchard. All right, Mr. Blanchard up in the booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, I got a copy, Big 10-4.
Man, that 39 machine was a rocket ship tonight. You took off, not looking back. As the yellow flags have struck, yeah, we're able to just hang on to her. And like I said, not look back. Go ahead and give us the rundown of what it was like trying to have that 15 machine get to your inside. What was going through your mind?
It was a tough track. I love Knoxville, but 9 times out of 10 it ends up being a single lane track, and it's all on who can stay consistent the whole race. So I got kind of lucky with the draw there and starting pole, and I knew where the fast line was, and I just did my best to run consistent and not give up that line. I know Michael had a chance there early on. He had a chance to throw a slider, and he could have doored me over the way, and he gave me the lane, so I appreciate him racing me clean like that. But yeah, it's all just about hitting fast laps and staying consistent. You make one mistake and that person's on you and you lose that lead. So I just did my best there to stay consistent and make sure I was on point on my restarts.
Well, you did phenomenal. You took off, and like I said again, you just didn't look back, man. That 15 was trying to do all he could. Michael Carter, he just didn't have enough there for that 39 machine. But is there anybody you want to thank here tonight for putting that machine up in victory lane?
As always, I got to thank Team VLR, Majula C, Speed Shop, CFM, Jonathan Schwemmler, Race Cars. He's been a long-time supporter. Dirty Grass Soul, Schaefer's Oil, and TAC 3. Everybody who helps us out. You know, it's a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys putting the broadcast and the league on. It's just nice to come out here and have some fun with everyone.
All right, man. Congratulations. Ian Blanchard taking home the victory tonight here in Knoxville. Congratulations, brother.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that's going to be the end of tonight's Good Old Boys Racing League. I have been your host, Jacob Keith, here with the Dirt Dog International Racing Network, ready to rip down the house. As always, the Good Old Boys puts on a tremendous show.
Good Old Boys Racing League.
Thank you for everybody who tuned in out there tonight. As always, I wouldn't do anything, or don't do anything I wouldn't do unless you name it after me. And until next time, woof woof, much on love.